Hey, this is Shea.
This is Shaunna from Geeknami.
This is episode 2 of Sketching Our History. Today we'll be talking about snacks we enjoyed as children.
So, what kinds of snacks did you eat as a kid?
As a kid, I had a steady diet of Drake's cakes. Not so much as a snack, but as breakfast. Because when I was younger, I ate really slowly. And my mom didn't feel like having me sit there for half an hour in the mornings and then have me be late to school. So her solution was I would eat Drake's cakes and snacks of that nature as breakfast. I had things like devil dogs, Yankee Doodles, yodels for sure, ring dings, definitely. One of my favorites was honey buns. They were so good. They started shrinking over the years. When I was little, they were huge. It's not just I was little so it looked bigger. No, they significantly shrank, but honey bun was definitely a favorite. Yeah.
Wait, so you used to eat slowly?
Yeah, I ate very slowly as a kid.
How did you become so fast?
I don't know. I think the reason I ate so slowly as a kid when it came to breakfast was I was too busy watching the cartoons on TV. The morning cartoons, they had running from 6 to 9, and I would sit there from around whatever was showing at 7:30. I would get in there around 7:40ish. I'd want to watch all of that, and then I'd also want to watch all of whatever the 8 o'clock block had. So that would mean I would have to finish breakfast by 8:30 so we can walk to school. My school was not too far, but sometimes I would like to stay and also watch part of whatever the 8:30 block had.
So you could have eaten faster, but you just wanted to watch the cartoons.
Yeah. Also, I was never a breakfast person, waking up that early and eating. I think I've always been a brunch guy. So yeah, those were the morning snacks, aka breakfast in my family. What about you? What kind of snacks did you have as a kid?
Well, I guess if we're talking about morning/breakfast stuff, I always enjoyed cereal a lot.
But that's an actual breakfast.
Yeah, but you can eat cereal as a snack too.
That's true.
There's this one cereal I really liked that was called Double Dip Crunch. I'm not sure if they still have it.
Let's look it up. Stuff's selling on eBay. Oh, no. There's a Facebook page to bring it back, so I guess it's discontinued.
As for afternoon snacks, my mom used to bake and make lots of stuff for us. So we had homemade Rice Krispie treats.
Fancy.
We called them marshmallow munchies.
What is this off-brand Rice Krispies treats? Was your mom afraid of being sued?
No, we didn't have packaging or anything.
Just the 3 elves come in and kick your door down. Cease and desist letter for your mom. And your mom just squishes them and continues cooking.
No, I remember that it tasted really good though, because years later when I ate the actual Rice Krispies treats, I was like, this doesn't taste as good.
Yeah, I remember you complaining about it.
The Rice Krispies one had an artificially sweet flavor, whereas the one my mom made was, I don't know, it tasted naturally good.
It tasted naturally good? What do you mean?
I mean, it didn't have that artificial sugary flavor. It's kind of hard to describe.
Did your mom also make the marshmallows, or did you guys buy?
No, I think we used store-bought marshmallows.
Oh, maybe you guys used the higher quality stuff. Was it the white marshmallow or no?
Yeah, it's white.
Oh, okay. I don't know then. I thought your mom bought the fancy Italian marshmallows.
No, I don't think I've ever had fancy Italian marshmallows.
Really? I haven't had them either. I just thought that your mom had access to fancy marshmallows.
No, I think it was just the jet puffed ones. We've always used those for everything. But the Rice Krispie one, it's more crispy, but the ones we had, they were a bit softer. You could chew into it. So that kind of tasted better to me. It wasn't as brittle.
Are you saying it had more marshmallow? What would make it more chewy?
I don't know.
I'm trying to figure this
Could be.
out. Well, because if you have more marshmallow, I guess the marshmallow could affect the Rice Krispies, making them softer. But then when you put it in the oven, or did you put it in the oven? Or did you just make it and that's it?
I don't remember.
I've never made Rice Krispies treats, so I have no idea how this process works.
We'll have to ask my mom.
Yeah.
She remembers.
Yeah, we'll have to get her to be a guest in a future episode.
But yeah, she would make a lot of other stuff too, like muffins, carrot muffins, healthy brand kind of stuff, breads. and we would have those with our school lunches or for snacks.
I'm imagining your mom dressed as a 1950s wife with her hair tied back with one of those bandanas and, you know, the checkered apron and wearing the dress underneath.
No. Oh, also, we would go to the Chinese supermarket. I'm not sure how often. I think maybe weekly. So whenever we went, me and my sister would get this cream and milk bun, which was kind of our treat for going with our mom, and that tasted really good. There are also lots of other Chinese grocery snacks we would get. They have these little boxes of different flavor gum that's a little ball. They would come in a pack of 12. I'm not sure the exact number, but there are different flavors like grape and orange, and there's a few in each box. And my sister and I would split them. And the initial crunch would always taste good, breaking the shell, and then the flavor would run out after a few seconds.
That's exactly how gumballs are too. What about haw something?
Haw flakes.
Haw flakes. I call them Hawthorne wafers.
For some reason. I don't know why.
I didn't even know what they were called. I had them before. I've had them quite often, actually. It was always given to me by whoever I was dating at the time, and I had no idea what they were called. I just really enjoyed it. And then you told me about it. You were like, oh, they're called haw flakes.
Oh, okay. So apparently the fruit is called the Chinese hawthorn.
Oh, okay. I didn't even bother looking it up or anything. You told me they were called haw flakes, and in my head that translated to Hawthorne wafers. I don't think I eat them correctly, though. You tell me you're supposed to eat them one disc at a time.
Well, I mean, you don't have to. I just never seen someone put the whole thing in their mouth before.
It's not the whole thing. It's, yeah, it comes in rolls of, what, 10, 15? And
It's pretty thick, though.
Well, it's thick, but when you put it in your mouth, it melts away. So I am okay with my choices.
A lot of the Chinese candies, they came in these long rolls, lots of packs. I'm not really sure why. But there's this snack that was little balls. It's kind of like corn pops, but it wasn't made out of corn.
What was it made out of? What did it taste like?
It was sweet.
Corn pops are sweet.
I don't remember what it's called. It was just a little ball, crunchy. It tasted good. It is white colored.
Okay. That's not very descriptive. What did you eat? Balls. What flavor was it? Good.
Well, I don't know what the flavor is.
I have no idea. I don't think I had a lot of Asian snacks until I was older. A lot of people I was introduced to in high school, they would share their snacks with me, and then whoever I dated and whatever. So my adventures in Asian snacks started in high school.
Oh, there was also this other gummy fruit that we would get, and there.
Oh, the one we had?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so good.
I always liked the Asian snacks better than the American ones because they have a lot of interesting flavors. More flavors than the American ones. They had mango and apple, kiwi.
I think in American snacks, when it comes to fruit snacks, the staples are cherry, strawberry, blueberry, raspberry, which is now blue for some reason.
Blue raspberry.
And
apple? Don't they usually have apple?
no, they have green apple and watermelon. I think that's about it, right?
I don't know. The only
Orange. How can I forget orange? And lime. Oh, not lime, lemon. It's always yellow.
things that are gummy that I would like to eat are gummy bears.
What about
Those don't really
Starburst?
have fruit flavors. Starburst, yeah, but it gets stuck in my teeth, so I don't really enjoy it as much.
I think the snack that you're talking about, it's very similar to a mix between gummy bears and Starburst.
But it's chewy, so it doesn't get stuck.
Yeah.
So I like it.
It's really good. I think when we had it, we got strawberry, mango, and I forgot what the last flavor was. But it was really good. We need to get some more. Was it apple?
Yeah, I think apple's one of my favorites. But Starburst doesn't have mango, right?
I don't know. I know there's a tropical Starburst.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
There's so many Starburst. I never really enjoyed Starburst. I only liked eating the pink.
I like the pink too. That was my favorite.
Yeah.
Why'd you like the pink one?
It was the best flavor, I think. Cherry tasted like cough syrup.
But you like cherry flavor stuff.
I like cherry flavored stuff, but not all cherry flavored stuff tastes like cough syrup. Starburst tastes like cough syrup.
I think most cherry flavors taste like cough syrup. And grape too.
Grape.
Grape and cherry are the worst.
I don't hate on grape all the time. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. It depends on my mood. I really like grape soda, but I can't have it all the time. I don't like lemon flavor when it comes to candy. It's just too tart and it doesn't taste like lemon. It's like a very strange wannabe lemon. It's like sugar with sour added to it. Yeah. What other snacks do you have?
I ate a lot of cookies.
Oh, what kind of cookies?
The Pepperidge Farm brand stuff.
Fancy.
Milanos. What was your favorite candies as a kid?
Favorite candy as a kid?
I remember I really liked Fruit by the Foot and Fruit Roll-Ups. Punching the stuff out specifically for the Fruit Roll-Ups. And Fruit by the Foot's unrolling that roll and then they had stuff written on it. Jokes or something.
Yeah. I think I ate them all incorrectly according to your views because Fruit by the Foot, I would just unroll the entire thing and smush it up and then shove it in my mouth. Maybe a ball, but just smushed up. And then the same thing with Fruit Roll-Up, just unroll it, smush it into a ball and put it in my mouth. I didn't savor it, just like the Hot Flakes, just... I don't think I had a lot of those kinds of snacks growing up. My dad worked at a deli, and the kinds of snacks he would bring home for us would be some new flavor or something like that. And I think my favorite snack that he ever brought home, I don't see it in stores anymore. It's a brownie by this company called Lady Linda. They also made pinwheels. He also brought that home too, but the brownie was really good. It was really big. I think back then they sold for 50 cents per brownie and they had chocolate chip. They had a nice little brownie chocolate crust on top and it was full of pecans and it was just so good. My dad would bring home maybe 4 to 6 every week. So the company-wise, they were huge in the 90s. I think they really lost a lot of their footing that they had on the snack market today, or have lost it. But back then, they were always popping out new flavors, and it was all really interesting flavors. My favorite was this called Calypso. It came in a magenta bag. It was supposed to be like Caribbean flavor or something, and it was very sweet and salty, and it was really good. I don't see that flavor anymore. I think it's discontinued.
Oh, I don't think I ever had that flavor.
Yeah, it was really good. We'd get the little 25-cent bags, which don't exist anymore, right?
Yeah, probably like 75 cents.
It's probably $1 now. We would also get Famous Amos cookies.
Oh, I would get those from the school store.
My mom would, you know how your mom gave you the milk bun as treats?
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, for going to the store with my mom would be the Famous Amos. Because we would go to this one Desi butcher shop near us and it'd be really boring because I'd just be standing there with my brother's stroller like, I'm bored. And my mom would be yapping it up with everyone, talking to the butchers, talking to the store owners and waiting for the meat to be done and everything. And then after the whole thing, I'd get to pick. Not even pick because I think they only had chocolate chip back then. So the little chocolate chip cookies from Famous Amos. I didn't have a lot of snacks like Fruit Roll-Ups or Chips Ahoy and stuff back when I was a kid. I come from a working class family, so those were really pricey. My mom would babysit a kid and his mom would always bring over things like Chips Ahoy, Keebler, Chips Deluxe, all those really good-looking TV commercial cookies, and I would always want some, but we would end up getting the store brand cookies. So one time I was super defiant because I didn't understand that we didn't have money. So I would just be mad that I wasn't allowed to eat it because the kid that my mom babysat, his snacks would be on top of our fridge. His snacks would be left at our place and I just wasn't allowed to have any. Even when he was there, he didn't share any with me.
Did you ever ask him for some?
Yeah, he was a complete brat, but our relationship was tumultuous from the start because he's an only child. He always got whatever he wanted and I had to kind of fight for things. And we had clashing personalities. When I first saw him, he just wanted stuff and he always took things and I didn't like that. So from the beginning, I think I always beat him up.
Literally beat him up?
Yeah, almost every week. He'd be crying 2-3 times. And, we were the same age. So at that time, my little brother was probably 1 or 2 years old, at most 3. He's my baby brother and we play around. I'm a lot older than my brother, but I tried to play with him as much as I could, like play, fight and stuff. And my brother, he just laughed. You know, we'd watch wrestling together and we played. And then when it came to that kid, like the slightest touch would just make him cry. And I don't even think it was me hurting him because I didn't actually try to hurt him. I think just the shock of it, that something bad happened, he just burst out crying. I don't know. So I understand why he didn't share his snacks with me. So one time, his mom brought some chocolate chip cookies. It was just plain Chips Ahoy. And up until that moment in my life, I've never had Chips Ahoy. We'd have the store brand chocolate chip cookies, which was $1 for a whole bag. And the chips were so tiny. And some cookies didn't even have any. And it was just so bootleg. It was so bad. That's what I was eating. And I was like, forget this. So my mom would put his stuff in a jar to keep it fresh. And one day when my mom was in the bedroom or whatever, I just started eating and eating and eating until there was probably a few left. And my mom, she sees this. She's like, what happened? What happened to all this, you know, all the Chips Ahoy? And I was like, oh. And yeah, I'm sure I had crumbs all over my face or whatever. She didn't even have time to yell at me because it was a Sunday and the kid would come back on Monday. So she went to the store and the bag of Chips Ahoy was really expensive to us. So she got a bag of the dollar stuff and she replaced it. So then, I mean, yeah, you know, that's all we could do. So then Monday comes.
I'm just imagining the kids seeing it and then bursting out crying.
He didn't burst out crying. So Monday comes, we both come back from school, and then he gets his fancy Chips Ahoy. He's looking at it, he's like, why does this look different? I was like, well, you know, my mom puts the jar of cookies on top of the fridge, and the fridge is pretty warm up there, so I think all your chocolate chips melted away. And he's like, oh, that makes sense. And he continued eating it. Another thing that he had was Pop-Tarts, Pop-Tart Minis. That's when Pop-Tart Minis first came out, and I really wanted to try it. When it came to snacks that he had that came in pouches, multiple of those things come in pouches, I would trick him to go somewhere so I could dig into the pouch and take 1 or 2 so I could try it. So I really wanted the Pop-Tarts because I liked Pop-Tarts, but I didn't really get to eat too many. And Pop-Tart Minis, I thought it would be the entire inside flavoring would just be, as soon as you bite into it, it would burst in your mouth. So I made the kid go do something. I'd always play games with him. We were the same age, but he always fell for my tricks. I think we played a game where I would say, you have to stay a certain distance away from me. And then I'd walk towards him. So for him to play, he'd have to walk backwards or like keep, you know, we were social distancing back then. So what I would do is I would walk towards him. And as he starts walking backwards, you've been to my parents' place. There's walls and stuff. And then the kitchen separates the dining area and yeah, and it leads to the other halls. So we'd be eating at the dining area and then I'd angle myself so he'd be kind of obscured by the wall, and then I'd reach back at the table and reach into the pouch and take a couple, and then I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, we're done playing, and then I'd put it in my mouth. Those Pop-Tart Minis tasted horrible. They were super dry. They were drier than actual Pop-Tarts. Barely any flavor inside.
I never ate Pop-Tarts as a kid. Only as an adult. I tried a Pop-Tart and I didn't like it.
Really? Oh. What kind of stuff did you like as dessert?
Dessert?
Yeah, like post-dinner snacks.
I don't really remember us having desserts after dinner. Mainly because I usually took so long to eat dinner. Everyone would be done eating and it would just be me sitting at the table. So we didn't really have after dinner dessert.
I see. What's your favorite fruit to snack on?
Maybe mangoes, but I don't really like eating fruits as snacks because there's so much work involved. So I guess bananas are the easiest. I like most fruits. It's just peeling all the skin and cutting up and stuff. It takes a long time, so it's annoying as a snack. You know, when you eat a snack, you want to have it right away.
Right.
Sometimes I'm even too impatient to microwave popcorn.
I think you spoil me when it comes to fruits, because I won't eat fruits if they have seeds. If they have pits, you need to take them off. I think I'm okay with skin for the most part, but you still spoil me, especially when it comes to grapefruit. You take off the stringy stuff. My parents, they like to add salt and pepper to fruits, especially the tart fruits. So they'd cut up apples, cut up grapefruit and oranges and just put salt and pepper over them. And I always enjoyed them. Mango we ate as is. I think my favorite fruit is guava. That they definitely put salt and pepper on. Then I'd get mad at them because I just wanted to taste the guava. Guavas are so good, especially when they're not quite ripe. So they're still crisp and they're not sweet. They're still a little sour. When I was, I think, 3 or 4, and we were still in South Asia, my mom, every few weeks, she would get a bunch of grapefruits and she would cut them up. She would do what you do. She'd take just the pulp out, and she'd have 5, 6 grapefruits and just take all the pulp out, and she'd put it in a bowl and it'd be for everyone. She'd spend a while doing that, and she'd put that out so we can have it after dinner or something. And it was at a table that had tablecloth. It wasn't a dining table. It was just some sort of a stand type table. And she just put it there. And I'd hide under the table and then pop out and eat a lot of the grapefruits and then hide back. And then my mom, when she knew it was me that did it, but she couldn't find me. So I remember doing that. Whatever punishment I got, I'm sure I deserved, but oh man, I loved grapefruit growing up. What about ice creams? What kind of ice creams did you like?
My favorite has always been mint chocolate chip, but my family, we would go to Baskin Robbins pretty often.
Fancy.
So I would always try whatever new flavor they had. That was fun. And they would give you like a little
scoops,
spoon of free sample.
Yeah.
We also really liked the Carvel soft serve ice cream with the sprinkles, so we would sometimes get that.
Nice. We started getting ice cream later. Well, that's not true. We had ice cream, and I don't think we had the store brand. I think we had the good stuff, but it was kind of like a rare treat. We would always get Edie's. Always Edie's. Until my parents stopped doing that. But for the first, I think, 10 years, we always got Edie's. And my parents loved butter pecan, and I hated it because that's all they got. That's all they got. I wanted that chocolate stuff. I wanted Rocky Road and all these other flavors that they advertise on TV. My parents only got butter pecan.
Your parents didn't want to try the other stuff?
No, they were not very open to trying new things back then.
But how did they know they liked butter pecan?
Because it had nuts. It had pecan.
But they have other flavors with nuts.
They do, but they didn't eat it. They didn't try it. They didn't try it for a long time. We'd get butter pecan, and the only other flavor we'd get was Neapolitan.
I hated Neapolitan because it had that pink stuff.
It's called strawberry.
Wait, no. Is the strawberry the one I didn't like?
I don't know. They had chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry.
Oh.
What are you thinking of? What kind of fancy Neapolitan with 6 flavors did you eat?
I don't know. I was thinking of, I guess, the cookie that has green.
Oh, you mean rainbow cookies?
Isn't that also called Neapolitan?
No, it's called rainbow cookies. Oh, I don't know. Maybe it's called Neapolitan. I only know them as rainbow cookies. So yeah, I hated butter pecan because of that. Now I can enjoy butter pecan, but back then I hated it. Absolutely hated it. Sometimes I would save my money to get snacks from the school store. I'd get the ice cream sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those were so good.
I remember in elementary school, they would sometimes give you a little cup, and I think one side had vanilla and one side had chocolate.
Yeah.
I really liked those.
Yeah, I remember those. And then sometimes, like once or twice a year at my elementary school, they would also give you, I forgot the name of the company, but it was always the same company, something Madison. James Madison, I think, or something. And it would be an ice cream sandwich.
James Madison ice cream?
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up right now. You're laughing at me. Something Madison. James Madison was the president, wasn't he?
Yeah, it just sounds funny. Isn't there something called Dolly Madison? Is that ice cream?
Yeah, that's probably what it is. All right, that's enough of you. Yeah, Dolly Madison. All right. No, it's called James Madison from now on.
Okay.
Yeah, Dolly Madison, there you go. It was something Madison. I was gonna say Billy Madison at first. I'm glad I didn't. But yeah, so I would always look forward to that. It's so weird because back then, I didn't get to try and experience a lot of stuff, But now my parents, every time we visit them, they always have new ice cream flavors that they're trying, and they have all these different snacks and stuff. It's good that as time progressed, we did better and got to experience new things. But I really do think growing up poor was, at least to that sense, it really helped me really like food, really enjoy food. Growing up poor, it was a great experience because whenever I did get the fancy stuff once in a while, it was like the best treat in the world. I was happy with my, well, I wasn't happy, but I had my chocolate chip cookies with no chocolate chips. And I'd eat that, and then once in a while, I'd get the good stuff. Oh, those are the best tasting snacks. They were the best. To me, I think because of my experience, I will have a taste of the things that you could consider the high life or something. But I can also easily fall back on the flavors that I had as a kid, and they taste just as good, if not better. And I really like that, being able to experience that. Did you have any experiences like that? No, because you're rich. The end.